This video app review is brought to you by the iPhoneAppReview.com.
Hey guys, this is Valerie Lauer with the iPhoneAppReview.com, here to do a video review of an awesome app called Afterlife. I'm going to go ahead and tap on the icon for it, give it a moment to load, and we'll talk about the application. Now, Afterlife is probably one of the most responsible apps that I've had the pleasure of reviewing and spending some time with. This application allows you to save pertinent information, be it, login information online, insurance information, inventories of your possessions, whatever you want to have saved, that in the event that you pass away, this information will be passed on to people who you've allocated as your caretakers. Like I said, it's very tactfully done. It's an extremely thoughtful application, and we really like it here, so I hope you guys do too. This is your main screen whenever you use the application and you're logged in. Now, the application will keep you logged in, but if you ever want to log out, you simply tap log out up there. Or if you have more than one account, which you can do with the same application, you can go between accounts if you'd like. Let's talk about actually adding information to this first, and then we'll talk about other features. So where it says My Life Now, you tap on that. Now I am showing you this on the iPad, but it does also work on the iPhone and the iPod Touch. It is an equal opportunity application, and it appears this, very similarly in the same layout on each of those, just so you know. So this kind of gives you a little bit of a description or a walkthrough of the My Life Now section. Basically what you do, you tap on New Life Item, and then you can choose from all these prescribed categories. So it's either personal detail, advisors, who are people that handle things for you, maybe your insurance agent and what have you. Your online life, which again is really great because then you can add your logins. You don't have to worry about what happens to your Flickr account or your Facebook account when you pass away. There's also the big stuff, which can be things like homeowners policies, insurance information, again, if you'd like to leave it there. Other stuff, my pets, and my final act. Now, the makers of the application are really good about mentioning this, and it's good for me to mention it too. This is not a legal document. Nothing you do here is legally binding. However, it is very easy to translate into a will once you have everything recorded, and it does, again, make things so much easier for friends and loved ones in the event that you pass away. So let's just say we were going to do my pets. So here you go, you say up your pets. You can say this is we'll just say this is Max. You can say whatever you like to, and here we're going to say German Shepherd dog, and then down, and then you can choose when to release information. You can either have this information go out right away, or you can have it go out after you're gone. And that's going to go to someone called your caretaker, which we'll look at here in just a minute. As long as you've created and entered everything you want there, you can tap on create, and then it shows up as a life item right there on your main page, which is really, really easy to access and really easy to use. And like I said, you can do this with multiple things. You can categorize things however you would like to. I do kind of wish they had an option just to do a general one and make your own titles, but they really do cover all the important things there, which is great. Let's talk about this next tab down, which is My Friends. In My Friends area, this is if people have their own Afterlife accounts. If they've added you as a friend, this is where it would show up. So super easy to get through, super easy to access. And as you've noticed too, there's always a dedicated home, back button, and down here there are some dedicated keys. So really a very easy app to negotiate, which I love. Let's talk about the caretakers. So I mentioned this a couple times. The caretakers are people who confirm when you've passed, and then once they've confirmed that, then they get to access the information that you have selected to release after you passed away. You can invite people via email address, which is really, really very easy. And if once you send them out and they've accepted, they'll appear here in a list. If you send them out and there's someone you're waiting pending to hear from, it will appear here. We'll have their email address and when you sent and what you sent. If they decline it, it'll be here. And if you also have an option to have a locked, which is interesting if anyone reports you as passed away, and they're not doing it correctly, or not both your people don't confirm it, then that's where you would change that. So definitely, and up here you can also just tap on new to access the option to add someone. So like I said, really easy to go through these things, and you can always tap the home button down here to go back to the home screen if you want to as well. So again, really easy user interface, which I love. The settings area, we'll talk about briefly. You can enter your personal information, your date of birth. You can select when you want to have the information released. So I typed on edit, which again was up here in the corner. You can choose how many caretakers you have to have confirm your passing. You can also choose to have things released immediately, a day, a week, a month, a year, just depending on how sensitive the information is. There's also a settings button down here that can bring you the information about the sync. This is the app preferences. Now, what you can do too is when you create an item, you can actually upload a picture with it, which makes this really personable. And again, it can be really great for insurance purposes. That way you have everything saved in case anything ever happens to your home. You say, hey, here's my items. I have pictures. I have proof. And it makes all that a lot easier. But they sync back to Afterlife's website. And you can either just tap that to do a sync now, tap on the main page to do it. You can go through and recover photos if you ever lose any, which is really, really awesome. You can log out, go to support, or you can change your server information. You can also use the Afterlife website to access all your information that you have here once it syncs, which is really, really great. So like I said, not too complicated, really thoughtful, and very intelligent, and very different from a lot of applications that we look at here. So I really appreciate Afterlife. We did give this a 4 out of 5 stars. I think there's a couple improvements that could be made, but it really is a solid application all the way around. And again, this has been Valerie Lauer with the iPhone AppReview.com. Until next time.